What's up, Libra? This is Jesse with 44 Astro with a full moon tarot reading for the full moon coming up on June 21st. This full moon is going to be at 9:07 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be at 1 degrees Capricorn, which will put it in the 22nd mansion of the moon. I'll put a picture of the mansions of the moon up. And you may be like, what are the mansions of the moon, Jesse? Well, the mansions of the moon are the basis for all ritual magic and, honestly, astrology. If you study Vedic astrology at all, you've probably heard the word nakshatra, which is literally a lunar mansion. The oldest grimoires they can find in our world that involve magic are like Babylonian ones, like the Picatrix. And it all is based off the mansions of the moon. So I also base this off of the mansions of the moon. That's why I post on the new moon and full moon. And I give you the mansion. On top of that, this full moon will be a strawberry moon. That means it's going to be pink in color or reddish colored. That's because it's in occultation, which just means it's kind of being lit up by the star Antares, which is the 4th brightest star in our sky. It is a red supergiant that's probably 100,000 times brighter than our sun. It is called the heart of the Scorpion. So now I'm guessing you understand why I'm talking about it. It is in the constellation of Scorpio and is the brightest star in the constellation of Scorpius. It is a very, it's been revered throughout all ancient cultures, or many ancient cultures. It was called the Vermilion Star, the king, the creator of prosperity. The Maori from New Zealand thought it was the chief of all stars. So there's a lot of information about it, and they know about it. And I'm saying that because it's going to make this moon intense and powerful, like the sign of Scorpio. Now, astrologically, taking that into account, so there's going to be a lot of like passionate energies around this moon. The moon is in Capricorn, but the sun, which it will be opposite the sun, is in Cancer. So you're talking about the axis of birth or love and legacy. So it's good energy for like finding or creating love, but only if you can see like where it's going and like paying attention to what's going to be left behind. What am I trying to achieve with it? What legacy is it going to leave in my life or in the life of others? With that also being said, the reason I say love specifically is because Cancer is kind of the sign of love. It's the sign of motherly love specifically, but love. And the sun is there, and it's conjunct Venus, which is a love planet as well. But with all that said, there is a caveat. Yes, you may find what looks like true love or what looks like love, but Neptune is square both the sun and the moon, and Neptune will bring illusion or deception, or it very well can. It can just bring odd dreams as well. So it appears to be something, but then you find out it's not what it appeared to be. So just be careful of that. I'm not saying love can't be found. I'm just saying there will be like an illusory energy surrounding it. So you want to kind of focus on like what it is and not what you want it to be. So take everything with a grain of salt and don't dive in too deep, too fast kind of thing. If you are Libra ascendant, it's your 3rd or 4th house that will be lit up by the moon. Your 3rd house is how you learn, communication, your siblings. So you could have something around that, thinking about like your legacy with your brothers and sisters, or like wanting to learn, but at the same time, or wanting to learn in a new way or learn something new, but at the same time, specifically around work because it's in Capricorn, you may not actually follow through with it because like that deceptive energy. You might be like, oh, I want to do this and this and this way, but they're like, I don't really have the time. That kind of thing. You just kind of give up on it. So the sun can make delusion around you, or like illusion from people around you, or like deception. And when it's touching the moon, that's your own inner world. That's self-deception. And if it's your 4th house, that's the house of your home or mother. So you may decide that you want to help your mother in some way move out and in with you, or putting her in a home or anything like this, something like that, or just different relationship with her, but never actually get around to doing it, or like a project with her. Or you want to change your house in some way, you want to remodel, or you talk about, I want to sell it and get a new house, but never actually go through with it. Those types of energies. But anyway, with all that being said, that's kind of what the energies are right now, Libra. And you got a fiery climax approaches. So this could be something very intense, if you catch my drift, for some of you. And that'll manifest in different ways, right? Things can be intense regardless of whether it's physical or not. but it's a fiery climax. Some kind of quick message comes in, some kind of information specifically about something you were trying to create. If you were trying to manifest something, you're going to get some sort of information about it. Doesn't mean that it's necessarily good or bad, productive or destructive, but you're going to get information around it. Behind you is the moon. So that's good that this is behind you, because this is confusion, things being hidden, secrets. So that's behind you. That's good. So some kind of truth. Yeah, it's something that was hidden from you. This message is some kind of truth that comes in. And it's going to help with your manifestations for something that you want to create. This information is going to help you. It was hidden from you for some reason, or clouded, or just kept away for whatever reason. It just needed to certain things to happen for it to reach you. You're crowned by the Knight of Pentacles. I always look at the knights as movement in a specific area of life. So this is probably a movement in career or money. So that's good. And you may actually have to leave another job in order to do it. Now, this can be a physical death. Someone in your life, or somebody that you hear about that you know that passed, or something like that. But most likely it's a transformation, the death of something old so that something new can be built. You seem to be focusing on the negative in your unconscious. There's like something that you're not acknowledging or feeling. There must have been, maybe something happened, and maybe this information brings this to you, and it's kind of making you sad. It may help you financially, but it might not be the best of news. It could be about death and an inheritance, right? Because death, what you stand to gain, right? But you don't want nobody to die or get hurt or sick or anything like that. So you're like, oh man, this sucks. So make sure that if it is something like that, that you feel it, and you don't repress it. Feel it, but also don't dwell too long either, because you don't want it to like consume your life. But you do want to acknowledge it and feel it so that it doesn't get repressed. Yeah, but most likely this is the death of something that had to go. Something had to change. And it has to do with whatever this information is, whatever this message in. And it's a message that's going to create something fiery. It's like a fiery climax. So it's like something major had to happen. And I'm guessing it's causing an ending of some sort. And that's what this death card is, whether it's actual death or something has to end. And I don't think you really necessarily wanted this to end, but it just had to end. I think there was no way around it. This is you right now. You're very confused. But I would say that in situations like this, it's probably going to be easy to be confused, but it's going to be just fine, because in your environment is healing or growth or guidance, balance, creation. It's very nice. So this is going to, whatever this message is that leads to this ending, is going to basically kind of leave a fertile landscape for you to conquer. It's basically like, almost like it's wiping the slate clean for you to do whatever you want, which is very nice. And you look like you're going to be financially flush. So I'm saying I saw this up here, and then this is in the advice. So if you're trying to manifest financial stability, you're going to have this opportunity to do it. An ending is going to lead to this bigger and better opportunity. Or like I said, some kind of inheritance or something like that. Some kind of windfall of money. It can come in all kinds of different ways. Maybe you have to leave your job and you get some kind of like severance pay or something like that. Like a large sum of money that you didn't know. Like paid out like a 401k or something like that. And again, that's what I'm saying. Fertile landscape in front of you. Now you're established. This is going to help you become established and create whatever you want in your way. Like I said, like a blank slate to just create. Like if you look behind him in the picture, it's all fertile and he's growing the rods out of the ground. But in front, it's just a blank slate for him to do it again. Because he's done it behind him, shows he can do it. He's going to do it again. And I think that's where you're headed. I think there's some kind of secret that gets revealed here. Something that you didn't see coming. Didn't necessarily mean it was like a person keeping a secret from you, though I guess it could be. But most likely it's like something that you just didn't know was going to happen. And then now it happens, and it's going to be sad or a shocker to you in some way. But it's going to actually clear everything out for you to do things in a new and looks like better way. And in the way that you want, which is very nice. Okay, Libra, that's all I got. Please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting. Also hit the notification bell. My channel's a small channel. They're not going to put me on your main page. It's very rare that they will do that. So if you want to find my uploads, which will be always on the new moon and the full moon. Like I said, because I do everything astrologically, because this is all based off astrology. So if individuals are reading tarot and they don't know anything about astrology, and they're using the zodiac signs to do it, it seems kind of counterproductive. But yeah, use the notification bell. That way you know when I upload. And I do upload on every new moon and full moon. But again, you don't have to if you don't want to. I'm just grateful that you're here and grateful for the view. And I do hope to see you here again, Libra. Happy full moon.